Okay guys, I started on my brakes. I did the front brakes. I put new pads in that. The pads were low. I mean it needed them. So we did that. Naturally Max has to put his 2 cents and everything back here. I replaced the rotor. That's got a brand new rotor in the back. Actually, the inside part was a little different. These openings on the one I bought, the openings were a little larger, so you were able to see the spool in the back. So I had to take these off, and this is my original inner part of the rotor, and I used the new disc. What I should have did is I didn't know that you can just buy these separately. I would have saved $200. That's what I'm going to do the next time. You can do the same thing on the front wheel. You could just buy the disc instead of the whole unit. So these are, I think these are 192 inch-pounds or 16 foot-pounds, so that's torqued down. I put new pads in here. I still have to bleed that yet. And right now I am adjusting my wheel, and I want to show you guys how I do the belt tension on this. So I'll pause you and I'll see you on the floor. Okay guys, here's the tool you use. I'm pretty sure you guys seen these before. And there's actually, it's the specifications they call for this motorcycle is 10 pounds with belt deflection from 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch. So what you want to do is you want to try to pick the middle of the belt in between this sprocket and your rear of the wheel, you know, where the belt pulley is. So in between the sprocket and the rear pulley of the rear wheel, figure that's going to be about, and since the frame gets in the way, we can't go back farther than this, so we're going to go about right here. And your belt goes inside of this cradle. It actually fits pretty nicely. Now, since there's really no there's no rulers, or there's no measurement on here, so what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to use the frame as reference. It's like right now, you can't see it on there. Let me see if we can. I don't know if you guys can make the number 1 out. I can though. So the number 1 is lined up at the bottom of the frame, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to push this up with my hand until the 10-pound mark is level with the bottom of the hickey. Okay? That's actually 1/2 inch. Maybe a little less than 1/2 inch, so that's good. So my belt deflection's good, and my rear wheel is lined up. You know, the one thing that surprised me, here, I'm going to come over here, guys, I'll show you what I'm talking about. The one thing that surprised me in these motorcycles is there is absolutely no graduate marks on here whatsoever. So what you have to do when you want to line up your rear wheel, you have to use a ruler. So what I did is the space of that little stud on the inside of my adjuster, I have it so that that's 5/8 of an inch, and I measured the other side. So if you look at my belt there, I'll show you guys. I'm pretty sure, I'm going to go over this one more time before I cash my chips in, but I'm pretty sure it's lined up, because that's just about what it was like before. So you want to make sure your belt's not rubbing against the tire. You want to make sure the wheel turns freely, which it does. yeah, I'll tell you guys, this big ass 300 millimeter rear tire, man, it was a son of a bitch to get off. I mean, it was a wrestle. It was a real wrestle. I started at about 5:30 in the morning, maybe even a little earlier, and I'm just now getting done. I still got to put the chain guard or the belt guard on. I still have to bleed the brakes. I got to tighten up my rear axle. I'll probably do all that tonight. I'm going to take a break now. So, yeah. And now what I do is I'll check everything one more time just to make sure. But, yeah, we did it. I motivated myself. We got the new rear rotor on. New brakes front and back. I just have to bleed that caliper. I have to bleed the rear caliper. And I believe my reservoir that's my reservoir right there. I've never opened that up. This will be the first time I open that up. And you guys want one more shot of my fang gas cap I made. I made that. You guys know I made the leather. This seat, the alligator seat's coming in tomorrow, guys. So I'll put it on tomorrow. And as for the 2-inch springs, this is foam. I'm going to put this inside the springs. So then the springs won't compress completely, because I'm like 250 pounds. You know, when I sit on it, they compress a lot easier. So by putting this inside the springs, they won't compress all the way, and they'll still have a little bit of a bounce to them. You know, and it's going to be a really nice setup with that Mother Rhodes custom seat. Max, you got to put your 2 cents in everything, don't you? Say hello. He said, yeah, I'll do. All right. Okay, guys. But yeah, you know, I didn't know I was able to just buy the disc. I could have saved $200 because this whole thing was $300. And I think these alone are like $100, so now I know. That's how you learn.